What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to a day of ultimate items, and they are no joke. Did you know, for example, you could run the Fujin with the Aopo drone and jump unit and get a shield on top of the shield? We will see a lot of things with ultimate. For instance, the ultimate Phantom with ultimate Scourge. We're gonna see later the jumping ultimate Fujin, and then we'll see a Loki being played with some ultimate weapons. And this is all part of the hashtag WarRobots community videos. So those 3 videos are sent in by players of the community to me. So starting with Gunny right here. So let's go for it and watch him play his ultimate Phantom, okay? 500,000 health, just out of the, as he starts the game, he's coming in with 500,000 health. That alone is already pretty crazy, considering that the Phantom gets some resistances on top of that, right, when he's using his abilities, and he can teleport back into safety very often if he's being played careful. And, wow, and those were ultimate Tulumbas. And those things are among the most ridiculous weapons in the game. Feel free to record some ultimate Tulumba gameplay for me, guys, and upload it to the channel. You can do that by checking out the video description and pinned comment, the link below that gets you to episode number 1, detailing to you how you can send in gameplay to this channel here, okay? I wouldn't mind having a really nice video of ultimate Tulumbas that I could not show you because I don't have them, okay? But yeah, so we're rocking here with or Gunny rather is rocking with his ultimate Phantom. Those ultimate Scourges, I gotta say, they really fire empty pretty quickly for an ultimate weapon, but they do offer a really high amount of firepower and they don't require a lock-on in order to work right. So this is actually a pretty good weapon. It's not gonna be as good as those ultimate Tulumbas, obviously, but yeah, it's gonna be good still. Yep, he just dropped the Ducks robot there after he came out of stealth, and now there's just too much going on here. We have a sword unit running in with a shield without slashing. That was weird. And then we have the Teth robot following him everywhere. But he's taking down the sword unit first, and then I think there's too much on him now. There's probably not too much anymore he can do at this point. Nah. Alrighty. that was that. So let's see what he does next. He's jumping into the sword unit himself. Now that Titans are appearing on the battlefield, this is actually a really good choice. And here he knew that the Ducks will begin to stealth. So he pressed the sword attack button before that happens. Good idea, right? Because you can attack him in stealth, no problem. I'm surprised though that the Ducks did die. That was really weird. I expected the Ducks robot to die there. He's probably going to do it here too, yep. Because also this guy could go into a stealth if he wanted to. Depending on whether or not he had activated his ability earlier on. We have a Demeter coming in with his shielding active. And 3 times Hammer or Cudgel, which is the medium version. Alrighty, and flying up, another shield coming in. Yeah, and then while reloading he may as well use the sword and pops the Demeter even through his last stand. Kind of a sad thing to see. I don't think the last stand should get popped by the slashing sword, because the sword does not necessarily ignore resistance, right? However, what it does do, it's able to execute you if you have only a small amount of HP left. So that's why here, boom, last stand will not work in that case. Also not from the Ravana. But yeah, so this has been the first segment here, 4.7 million damage. Let's jump right into the next. Boom, here we are. We're seeing Fawaz playing the ultimate Fujin. It's gonna be a very short gameplay situation. I wish Fawaz had sent in more of this because it's super fun to see how many shields are overlapping here, right? Every jump gives him a shield from the Aopo drone, and the jump is done with the jump unit as an active module. And the funny thing is, he has, like, the ultimate Fujin itself does have a really strong shield all by on its own, you know? So combining those 2 shields makes it really annoying to fight this build. Unfortunately, though, Fawaz is too deep in enemy territory, and it's very difficult not to get whooped right here. But let's see, maybe he can take down the Nuo robot up there. He seems to be taking a lot of damage, and he got him. Very nice. The battleship is almost ready. The jump unit is ready. He is jumping up, getting one more shield upon landing, as you see here. Pop. There it is, 150,000. Of course, with 4 or 5 people on him, that 150,000 doesn't really do much. And unfortunately, that is already all the gameplay he had sent over to me. Normally, I would not have used this video footage because it's just not an entire video. But in this case, since I'm compiling a bunch of videos, I may as well throw it in here. And this is the setup in question here with the ultimate Fujin and the Oppo drone level 12. Very interesting style to be able to put this on an active module and run it with that. Alright, now we have high burst Kestrel Loki time from Tito, okay? Tito is showing us, yeah, he says you might be curious why using Gust and the ultimate Shredder on top, and he says it's because the way they act together is like you have a short time burst, and then you have the Shredder maintaining a higher DPM. And yeah, and he says you should subscribe to this guy, pointing at me. Thanks, man. I hope you guys do. Alrighty, so we're in the battle now. We have a stealthed blitz. Is it an ultimate blitz? Because he was cloaked. I'm a little confused. But yeah, so he's deleted the blitz real quick, captured the beacon, and this is something you're going to see a lot now. He's going to capture a lot of beacons because that's what the Loki does. However, the Loki is not just a beacon runner. If you play him with ultimate weapons, you're actually really dangerous. And he says there's a lot of potential in this build, and I agree. I guess you could optimize it if you had a third ultimate weapon. That could be an ultimate, another ultimate Halo, or a Shredder, ultimate Blitz, whatever, you know, anything would work here. The Gust is by far the weakest link in this setup, because it really just pops 5 shots and it's empty, right? But aside from that, it is not a bad idea to put it on, because you're using that third slot for something useful that has some burst damage. But I'm sure if he ever gets another ultimate weapon in a light category, he's gonna slap it on this Loki, and he's gonna enjoy that. Whoa, he's getting rolled around by the Skyros ball. He's not using his stealth right now. There's no need to, because the enemies are all busy doing other things. Well, wait, who has these? I'm always wondering who's putting what's it? These weapons with short range that circle around you. I see it constantly around him, and I don't know who's doing that. This must be some other guy. Preshet or whatever the weapon is called. But you see we're at 160,000 health. Every use of the ability pops a little bit of extra health, and from the pilot skills, I'm assuming. And also, you know, he's gonna be stealth for a while, even after dropping the stealth. Like for 2 seconds longer with the pilot, he can remain in stealth and fire the first shots before he goes open, you know? And the speed of the Loki, allowing the beacon capping in stealth, it is a really nice setup. I like seeing this being played, and we're actually seeing 2 matches from Tito here with this build. He's parking right next to the enemy Curie, dude. And the Curie can't attack him. The Loki's so small in his stealth, you can't even shoot in his direction, you're not hitting. You're firing over him. So back in stealth, popping some health with every switch swap back and forth. And also Battleship is going to support at some point. It's ready now because of the captured beacon. Looks like it is the Frederick Battleship. He's used it now. And then he's dropping in with more firepower now. And immediately, oh, he would have popped the Condor, but unfortunately the Condor had a stealth. And he might go into the next ability before he gets killed. Never mind. He got him just in time. Probably like a second earlier before he went into stealth. Sword unit is not able to attack him here. And it seems like we're spawn raiding the spawn now. The enemy team is being spawn raided by the Loki. However, ooh, he's taking a lot of damage. I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. Like, it must be splash damage or something. It looked like it was splash damage rockets. Maybe the Hades that I'm seeing over there in the distance. Could be. Could be the Hades. Alright. So, he's healing back up by switching back and forth, out and in of stealth. And this way he got back to 260,000 health. I wonder, he even seems to be able to restore all the gray HP. Why is that? I'm confused a little bit, because the gray HP restore is not part of the pilot skills. So, does it have something to do with the Kestrel drone? Not really, right? When you make kills, you restore health with the Kestrel, I think. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised to see him healing back to full HP. The Kestrel, by the way, also adds the death mark effect, and it does that from within being stealth. So if you drop your ability then and you hammer into the enemy, you immediately kill them, because it adds multiple stacks of death mark to the enemy with the Kestrel drone, if you just bring the time to do that, right? And then beacon grabbed, and next one. Alrighty, so we're moving up into the enemy spawn again, even not in stealth, still being extremely fast. And in the stealth ability, of course, the Loki gets even faster. Yep, very interesting. I like to see you guys play some matches from time to time in between of my own videos that I give you guys, and see how you play and what setups you come up with. Like this, for example. This is fun. This is exactly how the community is being utilized for something fantastic, you know? Alrighty, and boom! There goes the enemy, Dagon robot. The Shredder really helped in this case to kill this thing at a range, because you would otherwise not be able to do that very well. There's a Raptor now coming in. Okay. He's going to drop his stealth, and now he's going to shoot the Raptor. And look at that damage coming from that little Loki. 200,000 damage in that quick time, due to those two ultimate weapons. Ultimate Halo and Ultimate Shredder. I had a video recently watched. I recently rewatched an old video of mine where the Ultimate Halo came into the game, and I remember you could like scrap entire Titans with 3 or 4 shots, like boom, 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 and an entire Titan would be 100% destroyed. That was so ridiculous. I don't know. I think they've changed it a little bit. It's not that crazy anymore, but it was really ridiculous at the time when it came. Yeah, I think Tito is saying, you know what, there's enough going on right here. Too many guys coming in. And also a lot of them seem to have been able to shoot him in stealth. So lots of quantum radar was going on. He does take down or he's trying to take down the Ophion, but now we're moving away. Apparently the Dux robot thought it's a good idea to attack, but didn't work out very well. Alrighty, and then he found himself another victim, attacked him with a battleship, dropped the shield and some HP on him. And then there's a Titan, and we don't want to fight a Titan with a Loki. That's not really going to be a good experience. But that guy's going down pretty quickly here. Boom! Bye-bye, dude. Nice. The high burst Loki has struck again. What do we have here? It's the Ophion from before. Okay, he forces him into a flight, and he knows that he has quantum radar. You can see the eye symbol over him. So even going into stealth does not really help against him while he's flying. However, now he's coming in. Flight was used. Death mark applied by the Kestrel drone. And, yeah, dropped the guy pretty quickly. Well, we have some lags here, and now comes a Titan. Okay. Activated phase shift, running away. And the Titan also has the quantum radar running at all times, so difficult for him to survive that. But that's where his Titan comes in. So yeah, ladies and gents, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. This was some ultimate mix-up. And, yeah, ultimate weapons are no joke, man. They are crazy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Manny signing off. Bye-bye, my friends.